Hey guys, what's up? I'm Games, he's Bigkingkill, and welcome
What's up?
back to another tale. Today we are going to react to Deku versus Asta, Death Battle. Now we are skipping the Deku analysis only because I'm currently watching season 6 of My Hero.
Stay
He
with
is
me.
waiting till it's fully out,
So we do not want to
and
get
it's still
spoiled
continuing, and I'm not read the
because
manga yet, so I do not want
the
to get spoiled.
manga is really far along, like far further, way further along than what it is in the anime. So
Mm-hmm.
this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go off of what we do know Midoriya. What we do know Midoriya is that as of right now in the anime, he can use up to about 20% of One for All without hurting
What I
himself.
know in the anime is, well, I know a little more than you, so fuck. Can't say it.
Yeah, I can't say it. Well, let's go over what else he can do though. But let's just say he can probably use more of One for All in the anime, as far as I know. I don't know how much, but I'm gonna say he can use a little bit more. He can
No,
use
I'm not
Black
spoiling
Whip.
for him.
He can use Black Whip, which is an energy tendril that can grab things that can help him traverse around. What I do know also is that he also has Float, which makes him be able to fly. He has Smoke Screen, which has him emit smoke screen. Don't know exactly how that works. And then he has something called Fa Jin, which apparently helps him store kinetic energy, which will probably be his saving grace in this fight, if he does win.
Mm-hmm.
Because it stores kinetic energy, correct?
Yep.
Then it all depends on what Asta can do on that. Now, let's go back to what Midoriya can do. He can definitely be able to do lots of different things, but the only problem is that his right arm is heavily damaged due to him fighting Muscular. Meaning he'll be significantly, I think, kind of... I don't know how to say this. Let's just say he'll be hurt in his right arm.
Mm-hmm.
He can use air bullets, because he can use air bullets.
Yeah, shoot style.
He does have shoot style. He is very fast, because in the new My Hero movie, when he fought Fleck Turn shot lasers at him, and he was able to dodge them. And these weren't like exploding like plasma lasers. These were like lasers that were like, cutting the ground. So he's definitely as fast as light. How fast is light though? That's questionable. Now on to the big question is how much power does Midoriya have at 100%? It has been stated that One for All does get stronger when it gets passed on. Now, that being said, if we're going to be going off of... This is what we're going to be doing. I pulled up All Might vs. Might Guy, and they gave an estimate... Oh my god, why can I not speak today? They said how much power All Might has at his prime, which was about 1,462 gigatons of TNT. So... if we give Midoriya the benefit of the doubt, which they probably will, if we were to times this by 2, this would be 2,800 or 2,900 and like something gigatons of TNT. So that's about
Yeah,
what?
but there's another thing you gotta realize.
Well, it's just if we were gonna go off of like times 2, this would be
Yes, but you also have to realize one thing.
what's that?
There's a flawed thing in that. We do not know, and as far as I know, because I do know some spoilers, not major spoilers,
Well,
some
no, it's
kind of
just
spoilers.
okay. It's just the only reason I'm saying
We
it's.
don't know that Deku can even go 100% fully in the manga. Correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I know, I don't think he can go fully 100% yet.
No, I don't think he can. I don't think he can't either. But it's just
In
he
the current
can still use
chapter.
100% of it because knowing him, he's going to in this fight.
Mm-hmm.
So, knowing him, he's probably going to use 100%, and this is just them stating All Might's 100% power back when he was in his prime, which was 1,162 gigatons of TNT. So, if we were to give Midoriya the benefit of the doubt, which we are, if this is were to be times by 2, then it would be 2,900 and something gigatons of TNT.
Okay.
As Midoriya's maximum amount of power.
Mm-hmm. But without further ado, let's see what Asta can do then, I guess.
Yep. You got 717?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
In 3,
2,
2,
1,
1,
go.
go.
Magic! You know it, you love it, and in the world of Black Clover, it doesn't come from a box you bought at a tacky West Hollywood costume shop. Everyone's got it.
Mana is the source of all magic, a supernatural energy found in the air and in living beings. Except living beings whose names are Asta.
Not only was the young Asta an orphan abandoned by his mother at a church as a baby, he was born with a mutation that prevents him from having any
Catchphrase.
mana to speak of. Well, neither do I, and you don't hear me crying about it.
Yes, you do, all of the time. But Asta had a dream. Despite his lack of magic, he and his best friend Yuno promised each other one of them would rise to the throne of the greatest military position in the land, the Wizard King. Wizard King? Really, guys? Sometimes they call it Magic Emperor, but we all know what they mean.
So he dedicated himself to getting swole as all hell. In a world of nerds, he would be its lone jock god, shoving every last wizard into a locker until they crowned him king.
But huge, frightening pectorals on a tiny, screaming goblin child weren't enough on its own. He needed something powerful enough to shut down his opponent's magic.
He needed the 5-leaf clover grimoire.
Essentially a book of spells, a grimoire will choose its user and float beside their wielder at all times.
And Asta was lucky enough to receive the Una reverse card of grimoires. The 5-leaf clover can harness the power of anti-magic, which will literally nullify the effects of other magic spells.
Okay,
Almost like
pause.
with...
Pause real quick.
Oh.
Okay, this is something we need to talk about. I've actually heard a lot of debate over this. A lot of debate suggesting that he could be able to stop Midoriya's quirk. There's a reason, very good reasons, as to why that cannot happen. One, this is something that's supernatural and has to do with mana being magic, correct? Mm-hmm. Quirks are not magic. It has been stated multiple times throughout the entire series that quirks are biological and are a part of the body like a muscle. Season 3, when they went to the training camp, one of the teachers, Vlad King, said that a quirk is like a muscle, meaning the only way to strengthen it is to destroy it and let it and repair itself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, I don't think that this is going to work, meaning that I don't think Asta's going to be able to stop Deku from using his quirks.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, though, all that depends on is how much power Asta can have. So
Exactly. So let's see what else you can do.
I just wanted to just point that out there for everybody. Okay? And if they say that Asta can't stop Deku's quirks, then I'm going to call bullshit on that. Mm-hmm. Okay, now let's continue this. And 3, 2, 1, go.
Wizard Kryptonite. Let the locker stuffing commence. Haha, get nerds.
It wasn't long before Asta was accepted into one of the 9 squads of Clover Kingdom's Magic Knights, the Black Bulls, filled with lazy drunkards, antisocial otakus, and literal sociopaths.
My kind of people. Yep, mostly. But much like with Asta, you shouldn't judge a grimoire by its cover. And soon they were all working together and kicking ass like a family should.
Asta harnesses the power of anti-magic by summoning swords imbued with it from the grimoire. Normally, these swords would quickly drain the mana from anyone foolish enough to wield them, but Asta does not have any mana, turning his greatest weakness into a one-of-a-kind strength.
Oh!
He's got his classic Demon Slayer, an enormous greatsword which cuts through spells with its edge and deflects them with its flat. Or the Demon Dweller, which can also absorb and copy magic, then toss it right back to sender.
I think my personal favorite is the more complex Demon Destroyer, which severs the relationship between a spell's cause and effect, countering the effects of its magic.
cool.
This could result in anything from healing
cool.
a village that was inflicted with poison to preventing reincarnation.
Yeah,
That is
okay,
sick.
some of these can get a little heady. I personally prefer keeping it simple, like using anti-magic telekinesis to surf on your sword through the sky.
It's worth noting that these swords are made specifically for countering magical attacks and sources of mana. The swords will act as though blunted when striking non-magical foes,
What?
more akin to giant clubs
Okay,
than
then-
actual blades. Not entirely inconsistent with real-life greatswords.
But none of that's even close to as cool as his deadliest sword, the Demon Slasher,
Okay,
a
what's this
katana
shit?
as black as the pits of hell and twice
Okay.
as badass.
That
This one
actor was
actually
kind of cool.
does cut
Yeah,
like
it
a
does.
sword, but it's complicated. It lets Asta actually select what he does and does not want to cut, only affecting his target while leaving anything else unharmed.
Okay, at this point,
Ow.
isn't that just magic?
Well,
Magic with a loophole.
And he's studied the blade long enough to become a master swordsman to boot. Not in the real life sense, in the anime sense.
He can spin himself like a tornado to deflect magic spells, thrust forward at top speed like a charging bull, launch a barrage of anti-magic projectiles, and even channel anti-magic into his swords to vastly increase their size.
Well, while
Oh.
he may be no good with mana, he has learned to detect ki. Because of course.
The life force existing in all things, Asta can detect
Okay, so he
hidden
could
opponents and
probably-
even predict their movements ahead of time, as long as he's fast enough to react.
With such crazy powers, Asta was taking on threats like the Eye of the Midnight Sun, the Devil Zagrid, and the Dark Triad. So many nerds, never enough lockers. Too bad for Asta though, he had one serious inner demon.
Literally, housed within the five-leaf clover grimoire was Liba, a demon exiled from hell for completely lacking magical powers, and who just so happened to get adopted by Asta's mother.
Until he got possessed by a different
What?
demon and killed her. Vowing vengeance on all demon kind, Liba manifested anti-magic from his hatred as a way to kick their asses, which gave him and Asta a lot of common ground, despite the whole, mom murder thing.
In fact, the two became true brothers and formed an unstoppable duo. Liba can actually fully merge with Asta for a massive power boost that lasts up to 5 minutes, at the cost of leaving Asta nearly powerless for the next half hour.
Come on, I want it. Yeah, I'll take it if I get to be strong enough to
How
slice
strong is he at
buildings
this
to
mode, is
pieces,
what I'm curious.
obliterate huge chunks of earth, and tear the most powerful demons apart. Give me the goddamn book.
I'm the book boy, okay? Even characters earlier in the series like Patoli had magic capable of completely vaporizing the entire Clover Kingdom in a single attack. And demons that Asta has fought since then, like Dante and Lucifero, are leagues stronger.
Hell, screw all these demon forms and anti-magic powers. Asta's body is so incredibly well trained, he dodged a beam of light while sleeping. As in, he was asleep, and the force of his sneeze pushed his head out of the way of a beam of light.
Well, is that more
sneezes,
pure luck,
everyone.
And
or...
despite his headstrong and irritating personality,
AKA screaming at the top of his lungs as often as possible.
Asta is an intelligent fighter who has leveraged his skill against far more experienced foes.
But he wouldn't be anywhere without the ragtag band of deviants he calls friends. With them at his side, there's no way he won't climb the ranks to take the Wizard King's throne.
Yeah, 'cause he's the
Especially
main
with
character.
Yuno pushing them
Yeah,
votes
that's how,
to get
I mean, that's how it
stronger.
goes. You can't
Unlike
be upset
other
about
classic
that.
shonen rivalries,
I'm
this
just saying,
one isn't
it's
tainted by
literally-
antagonism. They truly want what's best for each other, even if they're competing for the same throne.
Yuno's gonna need all the luck he can get, cause even if Asta never gets mana of his own, his true magic is never given up.
Okay. I do believe that Asta actually won't be able to do anything to Deku at the start of the fight. The only reason being is that his swords won't attack Deku at all. He's not a non-magic user. All he'll really be able to do is just send them flying. I think it's when he'll be able to get his katana out that he'll be able to actually do damage to Deku. So that being said, is he fast enough to actually catch Deku? Well, they both have been capable of dodging light speed attacks, but I do think Asta is a lot more stronger because All Might's greatest feat that they were able to calculate from was when he was in a weakened state and created a storm that spanned the horizons, which did not span the entirety of a kingdom or even a freaking city. Yet one of the attacks in Asta's universe was able to, and that was that was at the beginning of the series. And there was people who we thought that was way stronger than that. So I think when it comes down to it, I think this will be who can be able to deal the killing blow and who can be able to react to it first. Both of them have abilities that can be able to predetermine what's going to happen in battle. But I do think Asta, with his book, being able to literally float anywhere, could literally be able to summon that sword at any given moment, being able to stab Deku. And Deku, we also got to keep in mind that Asta, his ultimate power is about 5 minutes. Deku can only use 100% of One for All for only a few short seconds. And even then, sad to say, I don't think 100% is going to do anything to Asta.
And I think Asta's going to win. But on a side note, you know what I have to say? And I know this might piss people off, but who does Asta remind you of? Or Asta?
I'm not really sure.
Think about it. Almost word for word, from what I've heard, he's a carbon copy of original Naruto. Originally, Naruto was loud, didn't give up, wanted to become a Hokage, aka Wizard King Hokage, same thing, wanted to become strong, wasn't really great with jutsu, aka, both loud,
I will say,
some great ruler.
when it comes down to it, I do think that this fight could have been different. I do think that if we needed to have these two in death battle, I think it should have been reversed for like who they should have fought. I think Asta should have fought Melidas from Seven Deadly Sins, and I think Deku should have fought Gon from Hunter x Hunter, not these two, because this is apparently something that nobody was expecting. And I honestly agree, because the type of power that Asta has is something leagues above anything that any sort of villain in My Hero can do.
But, you ready for the fight?
Yeah, at the 1457, You see, I hated. You see, I wanted Deku in Death Battle, but I didn't want him in Death Battle because of the fact that he might die, and I don't want to see Deku die.
And not just that, it's also because spoilers.
That's true, because I don't know what his outfit's gonna be, and plus I don't know how some of these quirks work, so seeing them actually in the fight is probably
Like,
gonna be...
I know who I want in next season's Death Battle.
Well, we'll see about that, but we should probably react to this. So you have 1457?
Yep.
Okay, so I want Asta to win, and you want Asta to win?
I'm just saying he's gonna win.
Yeah. So let's do this. And 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh!
Hopefully the animation's good, and hopefully the song's good.
Sword that big? He's gotta be crazy strong.
This
We're
is
gonna have to rely
46
more than
one
just my
martial
power
arts
to take him
tournament.
down.
I guess.
What?
Just gotta hit him really hard.
Okay, this is kind of cool.
Man, this guy can give even Luck a run for his money.
Yeah, but these aren't gonna do anything to him, though. That's the only thing.
Aren't swords supposed to be sharp?
Okay, there we go.
His speed isn't slowed by his sword's weight at all. Gotta hamper his movements and get that book out of his hands.
I gotta say, not a fan of the Yuzuki voice. I gotta complain on this at the end of the fight. Black Whip!
Now it's my turn.
Oh!
Wait, are you not using magic? What kind of magic emperor would I be if I can't beat a guy like this? Detroit Smash!
But you can summon those back with the book, so it doesn't matter. Oh, there's the katana!
Detroit Smash! Detroit Smash!
That's not gonna work, Deku!
But it still is funny.
Oh, there we go. I was about to say, he could just summon those back.
I don't know what Detroit
Oh!
is, but I've had enough of
That
it.
is kind of sick.
I'm ending this quick!
Whoa! You can just summon a building with his feet!
Hit me with all you got!
No, kick it
because
out.
I'm never going down!
Oh my god, Jesus Christ! This is insane. Has he even used Fog Jing yet? Smoke Screen? Anything like that?
I don't know.
No use not going all out anymore. I just gotta hit him really hard.
Okay.
I'm still waiting. I'm still. Asta's gonna win, but that's still cool to see. Oh!
I did it.
No, you didn't. He still has this. Wait, what? Wait. Excuse.
Take that, Detroit.
Wait, pause. Pause. He wasn't using magic. He's not a magic user. So you're saying that those 3 swords that they stated can't hurt anyone so long as they aren't using magic, they can somehow all of a sudden just stab into Deku.
Well, let's see what they have to say.
Continue.
3, 2, 1.
Wait, what? Why is Mr. Satan there?
KO!
What?
Poor Deku. He tried
Poor
his best,
Deku?
but
What the
Asta
fuck is
just,
this?
Shoved him
I
into
agree
that
with the outcome,
great
but not
big
how.
rock in the sky.
Both Deku and Asta were fairly evenly matched
And plus,
melee
it's obvious that
fighters
Asta
without
was
any
stronger.
specific abilities to give one an easy edge over the other. Though, to be fair, the variety of quirks Deku inherited from past users of One For All did make him more versatile and unpredictable.
Plus, quirks are biological mutations, not connected to some supernatural
Okay,
energy source
so-
like mana. So Asta's anti-magic powers were basically useless here.
And Deku was generally a smarter and more tactical fighter, but against Asta's incredible might, this time brawn beat brains.
Let's crunch some numbers! Deku's greatest feat of strength was splitting that enormous cloud formation with Bakugo.
By measuring the size of the island
That is
and
true,
comparing
yeah,
it to
that
the
is his
clouds
greatest
above,
feat.
we can determine they dispersed over 63 trillion kilograms of water.
That's the weight of the Great Pyramid of Giza. 12,000 of them!
And required an energy of nearly 80 teratons of TNT.
Holy
per
shit,
punch.
that totally
Let's compare that to
outwatched what we
Asta.
thought.
But Toli's spell was going to be strong enough to vaporize a country the size of the Clover Kingdom.
We can use this map from the manga to estimate the
Oh,
size
shit.
of Clover Kingdom to be about 500 kilometers in diameter, about half the length of Great Britain. Vaporizing a country of that size would require an energy of over 480 teratons of TNT, over 6 times greater than Deku's punch.
While
Nice.
Asta uses anti-magic,
Okay, so more tactical, wider array of powers, slower, can't safely access max power, which is true. Swords, punches, and kicks. Okay, hold up. I think you mean 2 swords, because he only had 2 swords that could actually legitimately deal any sort of damage to Deku, while the other ones just just hit him away.
Okay, well, Asta is physically stronger, faster,
Yep.
better ways to predict movement.
I guess that's
more
true. I don't know how
mobile,
Danger Sense
right?
works. Mobile. Well, wait, what? Well, I've never seen how float works, so I'll agree with that. Anti-magic would not affect quirks. Okay, let's see what else they have to say, and then I have some complaints. Let's continue on in 3, 2,
2,
1,
1.
go.
it isn't an automatic counter. It needs to be comparable in strength to the spell it's combating. And Asta's gotten way stronger since.
Asta was also quicker. Sure, scaling to Shigaraki would give Deku roughly light speed reaction time.
But Asta could dodge light in his sleep, and that's his base form. Even before
Okay, well, again, is that
with
just
Leeva to
luck
get
or
way
what?
faster.
Because I don't
And
think
since
that.
Deku and Asta's precognitive
still
abilities
was able
more or
to
less
do it,
matched
not
each
luck.
other, it was only a matter of time before Asta simply overwhelmed him.
Especially since Deku has struggled in the past against faster opponents. Sure,
And stronger
Deku was
opponents.
smarter, but if he literally didn't have enough time to come up with a plan of attack before getting hammered, his brains were wasted.
Deku's tactical brilliance and harem scare
Okay,
mastery
yeah,
definitely gave his
no,
opponent a
pause. Okay, so I agree with the outcome. The way that they had him win was bull. What they should have done is had him frickin' just wait until Deku fly down, grab that katana that's literally on the screen that can cut stuff, and literally just stab Deku in the chest. That literally would have been the best way to end the fight, I think. Because those 3 swords they literally stated that it does nothing to people without magic. You know what I mean? So, I disagree very, greatly with the outcome of how it ended. But I do agree with the outcome of who won, which is Asta. Duh.
Exactly. Now we should see who the fuck is going to be next.
Yeah, head to
And I'm
21-16. Head to 21-16. Okay, you ready?
Mm.
And just so we're all clear out there, people, we do agree with the outcome. We agree that
Okay.
Asta should win. We are not saying he shouldn't have won. What we're saying is how he won was bull. Okay? And if you want to disagree with us in the comments, please let us know why we're wrong. Okay?
Exactly. When I'm at 21-16.
Okay. Then...
No, wait. Before we do this, just because we won't wager anything, just because it would be interesting. Who do you think? Just have a random guess.
I'm going to say Springtrap. I think that would definitely be a pretty good finale. Especially since Springtrap has been something that's been asked for many years.
But I have a feeling.
I don't know who you would go up against, but I think Springtrap would be alright, I guess.
No, I have a feeling, and I know it's going to be not necessarily correct. I'm thinking, but they've done so many anime things, right?
Yep.
I'm guessing either Vegito or Gogeta. One of them. Maybe not. I don't think both, but one of them.
Alright, and let us see
Without further
who's
ado,
next.
you ready?
Yep. And 3, 2, 1, go.
Notes, badges, live chat, live streams, and a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff. Just click that join button. Thanks for watching.
No way.
Did I call it? What the?
Wait, are they doing Gogeta versus Gogeta? I mean, Vegito? Oh, no fucking way, dude. That's gonna be awesome. You called it.
What the fuck?
You called it.
I was thinking big, and the biggest thing I think of at the moment was fusion.
Hey, you got it right. Fusion versus fusion. Although,
That is going to be so. That's gonna be so sick.
oh man, and imagine if they add an Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego. Because you
What?
know that they have to
Wait.
go with current Goku and Vegeta.
Yeah, no, you know. Also, would have to. No, wait.
They have to. That's how Death Battle
Yeah,
works. They have to
I
go
know.
with current Goku and Vegeta in order.
You have to go with the strongest forms, but you don't know what that means then?
Hmm.
Because they've included non-canon shit before.
I don't think. Well, if that's
Are they
the
going to be
case,
Super
hold up.
Saiyan 4? Because I know.
Well, hold
I forgot
up.
which
That's
one who did it, but one of the fusions is going Super Saiyan 4 in GT.
well. However, though, that's a big issue. You wanna know why? There's a big issue when it comes down to this fight. If they do include non-canon stuff, then this fight will be tricky. Why? Because in canon, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, when he used Final Kamehameha against Fused Zamasu, he instantly defused, even though he still had plenty of time for the fusion. While in Gogeta's case, when he fought Broly and went full power Kamehameha against him, he was still able to be in Super Saiyan Blue even after the fight.
Yeah, but you gotta
Meaning
remember
the
one
fusion
thing also.
time lasts a lot longer for Gogeta than it does for Vegeta at max power. Meaning,
That is the only major issue because, yes. But no, that is going to be sick as hell.
but if they do include it in Super Saiyan 4 GT Gogeta, then that's going to be the same case for Gogeta too. Because in GT, they can only stay fused with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta for only a few minutes.
So we'll have to see. And it has to be a fusion. Because it is mentioning their fusion form.
No, it has to be fusions. This has to be what the fight is. Meaning the final blow will probably be with one of them killing the other fusion, probably.
Yeah, because it's fusions. It can't be them.
And
so at no point in this fight will they be out of fusion. I'm going to say that.
okay, so this fight's definitely going to be tricky, but it's also going to be easy to figure out who's going to win if they go off canon shit. Obviously, Vegeta will have more power because it's been stated that Potara fusion is a lot more better than the fusion dance. It's been stated by Supreme Kai himself that the Potara is superior. But there's the but. Vegeta may have more power, but he has less time to use his full power. Because the Potara only allows the user to have a certain amount of power. That's why when he used it for the first time against Super Buu, he was able to last a lot longer because he only went Super Saiyan.
No, you are kind of wrong to an extent.
How am I kind of wrong to an extent?
Because the Supreme Kai said it, but Gogeta is stronger because he is not in this. Trust me, I've seen literally almost everything there is to know about Dragon Ball. I know a shit ton on this subject.
Well, so
but
do
it
I.
has also been
Trust me.
stated. I know, but it has also been stated that it's unlocked by power because they don't want to use they can't use their full power though unfused. Gogeta can go all out completely and has no limiter on it because he won't unfuse. It's a set time that you are fused for, no matter what. When you do the fusion dance, you have a set time you fuse for and you can't get unfused.
Yeah, exactly. So that being said, though, we are excited for the fight, but now let's go back to Deku versus Asta, because I have some complaints. One, they could not get the voice actor for Mizuki Midoriya when Team 4-Star got the actor for Mizuki Midoriya in one of their freaking episodes. They could have easily have gotten Mizuki Midoriya's actor, I feel like, for Deku in this fight. I don't know how Asta sounds, but I feel like Asta's voice actor in this sounds very scratchy. Does it sound like that? And plus, it's just Deku's voice actor sounded really, how do I say this? Like, dorky. Like, it did not sound at all like Midoriya. That being said, I think the song was actually pretty good. I'm gonna have to listen to it on my own, on my later time, because I think it was pretty good. The setting for the fight being in, apparently, the World Martial Arts Tournament?
It was weird.
That was just pretty weird.
But it was pretty good.
I will say the use of more so they used a lot more for Asta than they did for Deku. I didn't really see a lot of float, smoke screen, or even Fa Jin, really.
Because maybe they didn't want to spoil it totally.
Well, even though they talked about it.
I guess, I don't know, but...
Because they literally stated that the other quirks of One For All, when he only has access to one in the anime, I think so. Unless he gets access to another one, which I don't know. But, That being said, they apparently gave Deku a lot more power than I thought. If that's the case, then I think All Might has a lot more power than they let on in his prime.
Mm-hmm.
Just because we went off of a calculation that they said would be in his prime, which was 1,000 something gigatons of TNT, and then we gave him the benefit of the doubt for Deku and said it was 2,000 something. But no, apparently he outwashed that by apparently doing 80 something teratons of TNT.
Exactly.
Like, what the fuck?
But without further ado, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys like the video.
Yeah. Hope you guys
Please
liked
do
the
like and
video.
subscribe, and come back for another tale.
See ya.